Welcome to It's Beauty Binge. We are so excited for what we have for you today.
Hey, we are at the school I went to, so I'm so excited for you guys to see it. We have Mandalyn with us. The school I went to is Mandalyn Academy, and I had such a great experience. I just want to share that with you guys and maybe help you through the process of picking a school.
Why don't you tell us what kind of school?
I am an esthetician. I got my basic esthetician's license in Utah. Every state is different. So in Utah, there's basic and masters. I specifically wanted to go to school to learn lashes and brows.
Yeah,
so,
perfect.
Yeah, but I got to learn a whole bunch of other things that I didn't know I would love. So
yes. Yeah, so we're excited. We're sitting down with Mandalyn, obviously the owner, and we are going to just have her share with you many things. But we first want to start off on when someone is looking to go to aesthetic school, what are some things that they need to watch out for or know?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I feel like we'll see in like the Facebook groups, girls will say, I'm looking for a school, where should I go?
Yeah.
And the first thing I say to them is go to all of them. There's not very many of us. Check everyone out and get a feel for the vibe, right? Because that is so important. You know, you spend a lot of time at school. It's almost like a second family, right?
Yeah.
So I think that that's really important that you go in, see for yourself, get a feel for the vibe. Is this my home for the next 4 months to a year, right?
Right, absolutely.
First and foremost.
Okay.
Like there's not that many schools to do that with.
So you kind of offer a tour of the school?
Yes.
Okay, and then
Yes.
you get a good feeling, like,
yeah.
I didn't actually do that because I was living
Out of
in Wyoming.
state.
And I do want to touch on that because there were 3 specific things that I was looking for. So I was looking for location. That was super important because I was going to go full time and I still have all my kiddos to care for. So grandma really helped out a lot. So location was super important, and then reviews were very important, and you had very good reviews, and that really helped guide me because people are obviously loving your school. And then third, I wanted to learn lashes and brows, and you guys offered that.
Sure.
So yeah, those were like the 3 big things.
Yeah. I actually was the first school in Utah to incorporate the classic lashes into the program and not charge extra.
Yeah.
So for me, it was all about, I feel the responsibility to teach my students all the things, right?
Yeah.
You're becoming licensed to do so many skill sets, which is super cool. Like really, what industry can you go into and do so many things or have the option to do so many things?
Yeah,
Maybe you just want to do one thing, great, right? But then if you get burnt out of that, you can go into something else later. So it's kind of cool without going back to school. Right?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt like that was a big deal to be able to add in. Like I knew lashes were going to be a huge part of our industry, and to be able to give my girls that, all of them give that opportunity without paying more was a big deal.
Yeah, I love that.
So yeah, I'm glad you picked us. I remember when you started school, and sometimes that's hard to start a school when you're from out of state. You don't have that clientele ready to come support you, and so I thought you were awesome. You were brave.
I was ready to go.
You were
I knew what I
determined.
wanted to do, and
You were determined.
Yeah.
And here you are, very involved in owning a lash and brow company, right?
Yes.
Like I love that. Definitely coming in, getting a tour, feeling the vibe, number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, looking at the curriculum and options.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what is it that you are interested in doing? Do you want to do more of like basic lash brows, facials, like day spa kind of thing, or resort spa versus like med spa, right? So like clinical advanced treatments, and we have it all. And so
you do. That's amazing.
We do.
You have both
We
sides.
do.
Okay, that's incredible.
Yeah, in fact, we even go into like very natural solutions, like aromatherapy. We really hit
amazing.
on that. Yeah, because
Okay.
I feel like a lot of schools don't. It's like
Yeah.
medical or like lashes, basic aesthetics, but they really don't go into those deeper alternatives.
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
amazing.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
think asking the hard questions like what am I going to learn and what products am I going to learn with, right? Because there are a lot of schools that are like, yeah, lashes and brows, we don't really dive into that very well. So what are the tough questions girls can ask so they know what they're going to get for their money, right?
Right. Yeah, because it's one thing to read something on a website versus what are the details of that?
Yeah.
Do you go over those things in one day or do you really dive deep, right?
Yes.
So so I think looking at their syllabus to see what exactly they're teaching, and then the questions to ask would be like, how many different machines am I going to learn on? How experienced are your instructors, right? That's a big one. And I will say this, an instructor will make or break the school experience for a student.
I completely agree.
And yet, even when you tour the school, you don't necessarily get that information, right? So that's one of those things where you don't know until you're just in it.
Yeah.
So as a school owner, it's really important to me that I'm constantly working with my instructors, training them. They're not going to know it all from the beginning. They have to start somewhere, right? I love to give opportunity to my graduates, to my staff to like lead up, right?
I love that.
Like grow into a position, and we have to be patient when we're doing that, right? Someone can come to my school, say, hey, I'm passionate, I want to do this. You know, who would have thought that Tiffany would open her own business after she's done? I hope that a lot of my girls will, but not all of them will.
Yeah.
You know, but I love to support and mentor that opportunity. So I'm very patient. I will get complaints sometimes. That will happen. We can't be perfect. But I feel like probably the biggest thing that sets me apart is being very involved on a daily basis and being willing to always improve and see where we can grow.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
And Heather, you went to cosmetology school.
I did.
Yes. So what was your process, and is there anything you would change?
No, there was nothing I would change. So I went to cosmetology school when I was in high school. So a lot of people know about those opportunities now. Back then, it was just getting started. And so, I started full-time my sophomore summer of high school and went full-time for 2 years. I only went to high school for 2 periods. So, but by the time I graduated high school, I had my cosmetology license and my associates. It was paired with college. So those are incredible opportunities for gals that are younger and know they want to dive into it.
We work with the school districts.
See, that's amazing.
We have lots of students that come from high school. They go to 1 period or none, and when they come here, and they even get a scholarship. And like those girls, I'm so proud of them because they're way ahead of the game. Way ahead of the game. Some girls, this is their only college experience, and this is real college. Like I get parents like, I want her to go to real college. I'm like, oh, this is so real. Right? And not only that, but it's very specific. So they know exactly what they're going into. They know exactly what they're going to do when they're done versus like, oh, I don't know. Like, I studied in this field. I might work that, you know. So it's very
trade.
Trade school is, I'm a huge fan, obviously. And funny story, this is kind of ironic, but I am a beauty school dropout. That's so funny. So I started hair school in high school. Totally had the same plan you did. And then I hated it. I hated hair. And my experience was terrible. My experience was terrible in the fact that we were promised that there would be 25 in the class. And when I started, there were 62. Now, this was years ago. The school's no longer open. But the reason I bring that up is because even at that young age in high school, I learned what I would do and what I wouldn't do if I owned my own school. So when I put the school together, one of the biggest things that I wanted to do was have small class sizes to give individualized attention to my girls. Because that was one thing I felt like I probably could have stuck with it because I don't like to give up on anything if I would have had the right attention. But I knew that I was not passing things off well But the instructors were so busy that they passed me off on everything. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you're good,
Oh
you're good.
my
Just, no, I'm
goodness.
not. Like, I'm not good. I cannot do a men's haircut.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and I thought, I can't like go through school like this and get out of here and expect to do well, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
it just, hair's not my thing. I don't know how it's gonna be.
I graduated and I did it to put myself through college.
Yeah.
sure.
And I never did it again.
Sure.
Now I do like my kids' hair, but I'm like, no, but I have the skill.
But now you're in this.
Yeah.
this
Now I'm in the
industry
field
and you have the background
Absolutely.
to know
Absolutely.
what the products are.
This field of aesthetics and cosmetology, it's very lucrative.
Yes.
Definitely.
And massive. What you can
It's
do.
massive,
Yes.
right? It's endless
many
what you can
options.
do. So I think there's a stigma around hairstylists and
yeah.
people in the beauty industry, right? But just know it is a very, very good profession.
And it's so versatile. Here you are.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
cosmetology is
Having a
awesome.
company,
right.
It's just that a lot of cosmetologists get burnt out, right? Their body is done,
Absolutely.
they get burnt out, and
Yes,
coming into
arthritis.
aesthetics, you have so many options.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? So in Utah, if you become a cosmetologist, you're already a basic esthetician.
Yeah, did you know that? I'm a basic esthetician.
Yes.
If you didn't know.
I think that's what's cool is
Yeah.
I get cosmetologists, hairstylists coming in all the time
Yeah.
wanting to get their masters, and it's only 600 hours more
Yep.
to do that.
And they can
See,
do
it's
that.
incredible. I mean,
So they don't have to redo the basics.
Yep, we transfer them in, so we give them transfer hours for the hours as long as the school that you went to for the 600 or for the cosmetology was accredited.
Yes.
So as long as you're coming from an accredited institution, then we can give you those hours, and you just have to.
So I went through Salt Lake Community College.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's accredited.
Yeah.
And back in that day, it was 2,000 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
To get through hair, it was 2,000 hours.
Yeah.
And
We
now it
opened-
is not close to that.
That's right. So I opened the school in 2002. I started putting the paperwork together in 2001.
Oh, amazing.
So I was
Okay.
22 years old.
Yes.
And I was just like, I'm not going to watch someone else do this. And the reason I did it was because in 2001, that's when Utah decided to license aesthetics.
That's when I graduated beauty school.
There you go.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that it's been around that long. 'Cause
I
it's
didn't
fairly,
either.
like fairly new.
Yeah, I had an in with Doppel, found out that they had
Okay.
just passed a law, and I thought, I went home, told my husband, I was a newlywed, and I said, hey, I want to do this. I don't want to drive by and see someone else open the school. I have to do it.
for you.
And
So
that's
I just dove in.
interesting.
So awesome.
Because now they just passed another law. Because
Yes.
it's like constantly
Yeah.
changing.
Ladies,
Yeah.
talk about that new law.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
it
we
hasn't
should
been
talk-
signed yet.
Yeah, I think we should talk
If
about it.
If it does get signed, which it probably will, it'll go into effect May 1st, from what I understand.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
only 125 hours, but are you going to offer that license?
Of
to
course.
girls? Okay.
We are,
Okay.
yeah. So I'll say this: when I first opened the state of Utah, when we first came out with aesthetic licensing, it was only a master program. So we went from one extreme of Utah not having any licensure requirements to all of a sudden now Utah not only has a license requirement, we are the first state to have a master's.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So every other state was just aesthetics license,
Yeah.
and here we are like, oh, we have a master program. It's 1,200 hours, and it's going to cover all the things, right?
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. We started with that. Then basic aesthetics came around, and that was promoted highly because of lash girls,
Yes.
right? Lash girls were like, we don't want the masters.
Yes.
We don't want the
Right.
advanced stuff. Let us
Right.
just do this faster.
Yep.
Okay.
So we reluctantly added basic aesthetics at that time, and now years later, I look and I'm like, our business is mainly built around basic aesthetics. We do convert a lot of our students into the master aesthetics program because they realize how cool it is.
It is. There's
And
a
it's-
lot of cool services.
There really is. They're good high money makers. They're result driven. People want that. They'll pay the
Yeah.
money for that. So it's a great money maker side of the business.
Yeah.
But now we're getting to that point where lash girls again are like, I don't even want the basic.
Yeah.
So with this
Right.
125 hours, it's just lashes.
Lashes and brows.
So it's lashes and brows.
Very
so
simple.
brow lamb, classic volume.
Can they wax brows?
You know what? That's actually still a question.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't clarified that.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting painting though, and I feel like that would be a lot more. I honestly think that opens a whole can of worms. So I'm like, if it's 125 hours for just brows and lashes, fine.
Yeah,
but it should not include waxing. So we'll visit that one a little bit more.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so I can't say that that's a terrible thing because I feel like, you know, if that's where the industry goes, if that's where the trend goes, and it gets girls started, right? Here's my thing. The faster we can get them in and out licensed, working in the industry, they can always add more, and that's awesome. But let's get these girls in and out faster, building their business and helping their clients.
And so you offer a lot of services here. We're actually going to, if you would, take us and show us like a couple of your rooms in your school, just so the viewers can see what that looks like.
Yeah, and we're always changing that. Even like when Tiffany came, we've changed it a lot since then, right? So we try to keep it as spa-like as possible and not feeling like a school. So I'm really excited for you guys to see the rooms.
Perfect. All right, let's go.
Okay, this area is kind of new. So I actually decided to do away with manicures in our spa. So our students still learn manicures because learning is important, right? And some of them will choose to go on and do nails later. We've had a few graduates do that.
Okay.
But manicures are not our favorite as estheticians. Leave those to the nail techs. And let's focus on aesthetic stuff, right? So we are transitioning this. This is still not finished, but this is our teeth whitening station.
Amazing.
And henna. So not enough people do henna around here, and I love henna.
Tell us more about henna.
Yeah, my students learn henna. So all the artwork, so temporary tattoos with all of the henna ink. So yeah, we even do henna brows, so they just are like really beautiful.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but henna tattoos, so fun, right?
I like permanent tattoos.
Yes.
Just kidding.
And that's a great option. But before that's an option,
But for our
let's
girls,
start with
henna. I agree.
So
That's amazing.
So henna tattoos, and then the other thing that we're adding this year, we're adding a ton of things this year, actually. But one of the things we're adding is tooth gems.
Oh,
so
what is that?
Super fun. Have you seen the little jewels that people put
Oh,
on their teeth?
gems. Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Yes.
You're teaching people how to do that?
Yeah. How simple and fun, right?
Goodness.
Yeah. So we're just gonna add it. Just
That's
like everything else.
amazing. Okay, that's fun.
So,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, of
exactly. Why
course.
not? Let's pack it all in and give our girls as much as they can learn. Yeah. So one thing I wanted to do for my graduates is make sure that they constantly get educated. We're always our industry's growing, changing, adding new things.
Yep.
So I don't think it's fair that one of my graduates that came maybe 10, 15 years ago didn't get all the same education. So we have workshops once a month for our graduates, and we open it up to the public because I think we're one of the only schools that do it. So anyone can come. You can come now and learn tooth gems and teeth whitening. So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
the public pays. It's not like we try to keep our prices down, and then our graduates get a great discount. This is our advanced treatment room. So we have multiple lasers in here, and we do everything from hair removal, skin tightening, photofacials or skin rejuvenation, however you've heard of it.
Okay.
We also have more teeth whitening machines in here, and this is an RF microneedling machine. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay, so there's microneedling and RF, which is radio frequency microneedling.
Oh, yes, I have heard of
So it just
that.
goes deeper.
Yes.
And you get better results. It does hurt, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have a high pain tolerance and it hurts a little, but beauty is pain, right?
Yes, it is.
So, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, yeah, our
wow.
students learn it all. Like, we honestly offer every treatment you can think of that's offered
Oh
in a
my
spa,
gosh, so
except for manicures now.
Yeah, right?
Exactly. So discounted prices. In fact, like our tagline or slogan is spa services without the spa prices.
Oh, perfect.
So,
Yeah, that's incredible. You offer all the things.
yes.
Good. Get all the stuff done.
Yeah, take a
Yeah.
minute with you and let's
Yeah.
do it.
Let's do it. I want to get my face done.
All right, so this is our lash room. So like you said, we do a lot with lash and brows.
Yep.
And of course, we don't need privacy when clients are in here doing that. So this is our lash and brow room, and also a classroom as well. But yeah, I mean, anything you can think of in the spa world, we do. And again, if there's individuals that really want to brush up on those things, because, you know, some students will say, oh, I don't really care about that right now. But then maybe in 5 years, they're like, oh, I really want to learn lashes.
Right.
Good, come on back. Let's do it, you know? Well, and that's the benefit of coming to a school versus apprenticing.
Yeah.
Right? Because you apprentice, you're stuck with that one person, their one style. And in a school, you're learning from multiple instructors, multiple styles. Like, of course, we have the Mandalyn way, but we'll also teach you all the options and opportunity you have. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
And then you also offer makeup?
We offer makeup. So let me tell you this. Not everyone is great at makeup. Not everyone is comfortable with makeup. So I have a friend. His name is Darius. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
He has worked as a makeup artist for over 20 years. He was the director of training for Lancome. And
amazing.
So he started in MAC and then went into Lancome. And so he has worked on almost every celebrity you can name. He is just the funnest person. I love him because he is such a great teacher. He's so patient with my students. But basically, he was retiring a couple of years ago, and we ran into each other, and I was telling him, I really wish we could teach my students just basic enough that they all feel comfortable to put makeup on someone, right? Like, I was not at that spot at that time. And he said, oh, we can totally do that. Let me help you out.
Amazing.
So he's amazing. I thought there's no way I could afford someone like him coming into the school. And he is such a great friend. He comes in every single month. He teaches our girls makeup.
Oh my
he
goodness.
Has done
That's a reason to come alone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do have girls that are like,
Right?
"Ooh,
I've got to come learn from him.
Yeah. Darius is amazing. So my girls totally
Amazing.
have that confidence and capability to at least be able to do a simple look, right? But most of them, I think, are surprised at how much they like it and how easy it is.
Oh, for sure.
And tell us some of the other services like full body waxing.
Right, yeah. So we do full body waxing. And of course, if you're wanting hair removal, the other option is laser, right? To have a more permanent situation there. We do spray tans. So spray tans, teeth whitening, those are fun things that we did add into our program because like what you said, you don't have to be licensed to do them. But isn't this the perfect place and opportunity to get that training? It fits right in, and my girls can offer that as soon as they're trained and start making some money to put themselves through school.
See, that's so great.
Right? I'm all about every decision I make is trying to make sure that my students are set up for success as a graduate. So we're going to be doing a lot more of that too.
Good. I love that because we're clearly all passionate about being female entrepreneurs and supporting other female entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah,
and helping everyone thrive. So I love that.
Do you know, one of the fun things about it too is I get a lot of girls recently, it kind of goes through phases where I'll get more students like, oh, I really want to do lashes. Oh, I really want to go into master medical aesthetics, right? And by the way, medical aesthetics really isn't a true term. It's not a license. It's master aesthetics, but that does entail the medical procedures or advanced treatments. Does that make sense? But there's a lot of girls that are coming now, again, that are like, I just want to know skincare. I want to know products. I want to know how to help people and how to really take care of skin. So that's really like facials. Right?
Okay.
I love that. I love that. Let's bring it back to the basics.
Right.
Let's get our skin just feeling good and beautiful. One thing that we're really going to focus on this year that I'm really excited about is acne. So
wow, that is huge.
It's big, right? And here's the thing, like as moms, we are like desperate to help our children.
Oh my gosh,
we do not want them to go through what we went through with bad skin, you know, and so I'm seeing that a lot of women feel guilty about spending the time and money on themselves. Right? Like some will. Some of us have no problem doing that. And some of us are like, oh, I feel guilty. I need to take care of my kids, especially in Utah. So my feeling is, let's make this a win-win. Let's help your kids out. Let's get rid of their acne, give them the confidence and comfort that they need in their own skin, and help mom out, right? And maybe they can even come together and get treatments. But I'm teaching my students, like, let's really focus on acne this year and help as many teens as we can. And of course, there's women that have adult acne as well. But
Oh, see, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Just even have the knowledge of how to help and fix that.
Isn't that empowering? Like,
Absolutely.
help yourself, help your
Someone like me,
family.
I would have no idea
Right.
how to help my
Right.
child. I didn't ever suffer from that.
Right.
So I would have no idea. Well, very
We're here.
good. Yay. You're incredible.
Yes.
Perfect. We are so grateful you let us come in and do a tour and give all of the information to all of the viewers out there. All of the links where you can find Mandalyn in her academy are going to be down below. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. And we're really excited. You'll be able to find our company, Bella Marque, here at Mandalyn for lashes and brows, as well as our serums and plumpers. So it's very exciting. Stop in to see them and say hello and check out their program for sure if you are looking to go to any type of aesthetic school. Love it. Thanks.